Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Go to the church,
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Hi, Rogers. Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
What does corruption mean?
Well, summarily, corruption is abuse of public power for personal gain or for the benefit of a group to which one owes allegiance. For example, when a public office is abused by an official accepting or soliciting a bribe. By the way, private people can be corrupt too, like bribing police officers to escape fines.
Okay. So exactly how does that concern me?
Well, do you pay taxes?
I guess, yeah. What does that have to do with this?
Everything. Because those taxes you pay are supposed to facilitate services you use, like water, electricity, roads construction, medicines in hospitals, name it.
Okay, that is much bigger than I thought. But it can be stopped, right?
Well, yes it can, although it may not be as easy as it sounds. And here is the reason why. Corruption roots are grounded in our country's social, political, economic, bureaucratic traditions and policies.
So, what has kept it going this long? I mean, why don't we stop it?
Well, the main reason why it has been here for so long is because institutions are weak, either as a result of poorly defined ethical standards of public service, weak administrative and financial systems, or ineffective watchdog agencies.
What can we do to stop it?
At a national level, we must focus on strengthening the independence and effectiveness of public institutions that fight corruption. At a personal level, we must commit to never giving a bribe.
I promise I'll never give a bribe.
Well, that's a great decision you have made. Me and you now have to spread this message to all our friends. If we all do our part, corruption will be no more.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk. The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Night drive tutambulira ddala paka saawa 4 kakati mu kino ekitundu mpitayiko mu comment section okulaba ate opinions zammwe ze musharinze ng'okwotadde n'ebibuuzo byammwe. Nkyali ne Kenneth Roberts Mbira ali wano nga representing the majority youth of the population of Uganda, and he is weighing on the youth involvement, the campaigns that they are, and which manifesto are relating more with the youth, and those that are not, and why the politicians are not relating more, are not addressing the youth issues and the challenges, and they are, you know, looking at the bigger question, and this leaves the youth not included. Someone told me that when you want to be included, you will continue being excluded. Include yourself, fix yourself somewhere. Let them fight you from within. Etolinda bakunyigawo kubanga teri agenda kunyigawo. Otherwise, you need to fix yourself somewhere. Be somewhere such that as you are advocating for inclusion, you have a position of power that you are holding. Kati awo wetobuuliza Uganda system Kenneth Bola Wojiraba olowooza yateekebwa oba yakolebwa okubanga ewa abavubuka gaapu okutaking up positions zino ezibawa decision making powers oba mukyali stifford as the youth mukola nnyo okuwaganya okuyingira.
Well, system abavubuka I think mu kifaananyi erabikanga eba
favoring
balina ba representatives ku mitendera egy'enjawulo. So, bwaba balina representatives tulabanga that is reflected. But I think government gye tulina mu buyinza, I'm not opposing the government, I'm saying government gye tulina yayingira nga bavubuka. Yes, but abavubuka bayingiramu by then. This time around after close to 40 years now, bakaddiye. And but twasomanga mu history wabeerawo nga kye bayita consolidation of power. So, if that system came in, consolidated power, up to now close to 40 years they're in the system, we think there has been a lot of abavubuka abamu, now they are left out. But they no longer belong because waliwo abantu abaludde mu buyinza, so we feel like they feel like they no longer belong there. So system much as erabikanga ebawa freedom. Tebalina wa stepping up because every institution they would step into feels like it is consolidated somehow by the people who came in when they were maybe youth, but now they make they are the ones that influence decisions in any country, so in any aspect of the country. So one may think the system eriwo, yes, wabaddewo engagements okuleeta abavubuka on board, abavubuka abesimbyewo mu bifo ebyenjawulo, waliwo some steps and measures put by the government, and we recognize them. Naye, if we talk about the largest population, that is not reflected. We would expect to see vice president either nga mvubuka, prime minister nga mvubuka. Kuba eggwanga bwetugamba nti majority eggwanga siri abavubuka, si bwe kiri, that's how it is. But that is not reflected in the top leadership. Most of the youth, one may say that bali mu bifo bye balimu nga they don't have much say.
Okay,
so,
but also, Kenneth, one would say that even those youth that have been tested with positions of power haven't delivered to the expectations of the appointing authority. Maybe it is the reason why the youths are not being involved more, because you are lacking the capacity to drive impact. For example, we have youth ministers, but if we are to look at the impact, what they have delivered. For example, Minister Nyamtoro, first she was a youth MP, and then she was appointed to be a minister of minerals. But if you look at how she has performed, we have Lilian Abba, the youths that have been given ministerial positions, but still people say the youths are not delivering. They're not satisfying the appointing authority. What could be the reason?
Yes, the question there would be, what are the expectations of the appointing authority? Because twine expectations if Nancy, but what are the expectations of the appointing authority? Katono nyo we have been seeing abamu ku bali mu top positions one, maybe nga vice president, prime minister, nga one of the main agenda is prioritizing the programs of the party and the NRM agenda. What if that is the major expectation of the appointing authority?
That would do.
So, with that, if I make sure now the party gets more support, that will be a positive impact towards the appointing authority.
Yes.
Now back to Ugandans. Would it be much of an impact?
Definitely not.
So, no. Now these people, still the youth we have in power, do they have the real power? That is the question. We ask
It is
ourselves.
what we expect, that you
We
have
expect
the
they
real
have
power.
the real power, but to do what? If we see institutions lacking independence, some government institutions lacking independence, waiting for approval from now maybe above.
Yeah.
So one may say they do not have that power to influence decisions and policies in the country. So but webali change ogedde nti mu kifaananyi tuyinza okulaba nga abavubuka tobayina, because what do they do mu cabinet meetings if they are ministers bapresentinga ebirowoozo ebireflectinga abavubuka.
It's what we expect.
And now the question is appointing authority yagenda okuba appointinga nga bareflectinga ki? Did they reflect okubeera royal to the appointing authority? Did they reflect okuba hard workers towards the development of the country? What criteria was followed okubaleeta mu bifo bino? So we may not blame abavubuka abakulembeze abavubuka abadde mu positions zino kuba background yaabwe. It has not been for us as Ugandans to trace. It has been for the people in power to now say Faridon engeri gye yankubira campaign muka kemufuula minisita abavubuka ajja kubandeetera bampagire. That could be an agenda. So Bannayuganda bayinza obutagisiima, ayinza okukikolera n'agamba this and that. It has been due to this government. But down on ground tulabye impact abavubuka bafunye emirimu, initiatives za government zibatuuseeko nnyo. Have we seen that? I'm not saying the people in power have not done that. We have seen several attempts. Baram Barugahara mwabavaayo ku
The only problem is it is that
before we judge them nti abavubuka ababadde mu bifo tebakoze, background yabaleeta mu leadership yali etya, what are the expectations of the appointing authority? Are those expectations linked with the expectations of Bannayuganda baba abavubuka? So that is the major concern.
Well, obadde oyogera nonjijukiza some politician yayogera n'agamba nti well they are willing to embrace the youths okubanga babayigiriza okuba oba babalekera space, but what has made them stay is because they do not see the capacity of the youth holding these powers and driving impact.
Of course, where will they get the capacity? Bajijewa chiringa this unfairness said, won't you? Omwana avudde ku university waulia jagendo sabo muri bamugamba we need experience for 5 years. Where will he get that experience ya 5 years?
Maybe they expect you to be working as you study.
Chitia
Maybe
nsoma mateeka onsuubira kubeera nga mpoza mu kkooti mu year 1 year university. So I think by the way we should eliminate such things. Which capacity?
We employ you on experience basis.
Bugamba experience oba olivinga muvubuka agijewa. Ongambye nyina kubeera ne experience ya 2+ years. Kati kitegeeza omwana alina kuva ku university myaka ebiri agituulewo by all means kuba buli omu ayagala that experience.
Nanti ate bw'otuula yebeera experience.
Still the same because mpozi volunteering for 2 years.
Yeah.
Now can you volunteer for 2 years mu Uganda? No kusula, no kulya, no kubeerawo.
We always advocate for people going out there to volunteer. That's how people will see your skills and
because
employ
it is
you.
the alternative.
It is the best practice.
It is good, it gives the exposure, experience and connections twetaaga, but omwana ataddemu sente za university asomye ate ayongereko kati rent, feeding for 2 years za volunteering okuweza that experience you need. Now bringing it back to the capacity y'abavubuka okubalaba nga tebalina capacity. It is you to blame now, the people in power, because if you have been in power abaana bano bayise mu high school, bayise mu primary, mu secondary, ne bayita mu university, tebalina capacity leadinga ggwanga lyabwe. You are the one to blame abadde mu power. You have not showed them the way. Omwana talina bwayiga nga tayigiriziddwa omuzadde. Now omuzadde in this position is you, the person in power. Have you empowered these people from the grassroots?
Naye mmwe muyigirizibwa kubanga mulina n'engombe zigamba nti tolina ky'oŋŋamba.
This is due to...
Are you willing to learn?
This has been so because of late exposure omwana agenda okutegeera ebintu by'obukulembeze na role ye gy'alina mu ggwanga lye at a later stage ng'amaze okukola decision biki by'ayagala kuva wansi alabye katuni enjoyinze music mu movies so life agibuildinze nga you have not been part so oyagala kuleeta bintu at the last minute ebitakyarelatinga na life ya mwana ono kuviira ddala wansi so capacity yaabwe if we had empowered them from down there ne bajja nga bali involved wabaddewo initiatives za government somewhere nga tulaba unsa mu masomero okwengeginga abaana ne mu bukulembeze patriotism clubs n'ebirala so if these initiatives are not just meant for a certain group they are meant for the benefit of the whole country balemekozesebwa nga campaign tools at least we would see more capacity building and it has been done NRM tulabyeyo capacity building mu bavubuka mu bibiina ebyenjawulo and we would still urge for more of that but if it comes to leadership at least deputy prime minister bw'abeera mukulu prime minister bw'aba mukulu first deputy kabeere muvubuka in that abe ali mu kugurumingibwa okutuuka nti agenda ku repressing ono naye first prime minister mukuru second deputy mukuru and you say you are grooming a youth twali suubidde nga cabinet ya Uganda ffe ng'abavubuka bwe tubeera 70% ne cabinet at least we have 60 to 70%.
Well, that actually takes me to this question. Is it about quantity or quality? Do you want to have a lot of MPs are not doing something, or you want to have a certain number of MPs? Yes, they are youth, but they are driving impact. Because, yes, tuli bavubuka bangi nnyo naye oyagala abantu bangi nnyo nga bavubuka be bakulembeze because tusobola okubeera nabo ne batatuleetera impact. Are we looking at the quantity of the quality of the leaders?
We are looking at reflecting the real challenges eziri mu bavubuka because if they are the largest population they are the ones facing most of the challenges. If they are in power they know the very challenges.
Katutunuulire ku bano betuwaddeyo abataano abatuula mu parliament. How often do you see them fronting challenges of the youth?
Of course, we would say maybe tebalina se naye emala the number yabo
babagaana okwogera ku floor ya parliament.
Ne batabagaana naye gati go the number wali majority say so we have not I believe they have contributed and we appreciate
but do you also realize it never know MPs abalala yadde nga tebakulembera bavubuka but they are youth. Bavubuka yadde nga tebazze ku position into youth member of parliament. So we would say you are relating more with the other members of parliament because they are somewhat of your age.
No, the largest percentage siba youth abamu bwa youth babuvamu abamu ba Jaden bakulidemu because now politics we Uganda okuyingira politics you must have money maybe tugambe nti emabega akasente kaaliyo so okuzoli mwana wa gundi erinnya lya family probably you have not faced the realities of life ey'omuvubuka omutuufu naye I'm not saying all of them teba facing they have not faced those realities of life naye at least reflection eyo temaze bulungi most of those we see betugamba nti bavubuka naye bali mu power they have not been exposed to that kind of situation abavubuka gye bayitamu eyo down there. There are efforts taddeyo amaloboozi amalala but we have been disturbed by selfish interests over real matters of national importance okubeera prioritized. So there are some who have gone through the stages of a real youth mu Uganda gyayitamu but I believe if we had that much reflected mu even numbers at least bonna 10 tewali buzeemu 3 aba prioritizing ebintu by'abavubuka naye tuleme kubeera n'abatono ate nga n'abatono kwabo Bajaden mwana wa Jeno gundi oba mwana wa mugagga gundi ku kitundu so lwalinnya lya kitaawe ayingidde politics yasomera Bungereza n'avaayo n'ayingira wano e Kampala badde atambulira mu convoy ya kitaawe tamanyi realities down there. So if the political environment is very stable and favoring n'omuntu wa wansi we see this youth rise to even greater positions we will have their problems solved kuba bali mu top positions.
Well, nze ngamba abavubuka tusooke taskinge bano abaliyo babeereko ne kye bakola, because if you are there and you are not doing anything kigenda kuleetera abalonzi okulowooza nti abavubuka anani performers, because tubalonda and they don't do anything. So mwe abali in positions of power mubeereko ne kye mukola, so that bwe munaakikola kijja kuleetera abalala abanajja okwesimbawo okulaba nga bafuna support. Now we cross to the monetization of politics. Someone asks me, we talk about the activism, the social media activism and the ground activism. When we talk about the ground activism, bino kera kumacha emisolo gy'ebintu gyekanamye, Dr. Kizza Besigye ne ttiimu ye bagenze ku street bagambe kimala ebintu bei esusse banaye mukendeeze ku miwendo gy'ebintu. Kakati street social media activism is we wano banaye sukaali asusse tuli ku online. Do you think social media activism ina impact nene nnyo as compared to the physical activism or the ordinary activism gwe twalina?
I think aina impact wali twalabako kuba pothole yonna ekifaananyi ogipostinge kyafosinga government teekamu ssente mangu bakoleko ku makoba amabi. So impact weeri, but the challenge is the environment gye tulimu mu ggwanga. Activism is a very hot ground for any individual. Kwogera ku kintu ekitatambula bulungi, at least we can all agree, and it is now becoming very hostile because you don't know ani gwonyiza na ina authority ki.
You don't know who you have offended.
Tulabye bangi, waliwo omuvubuka mu prisons abadde akozesa cop ampe ku TikTok ng'ayogera ku bitatambula bulungi mu kitongole ky'amakomera. Ekitongole kya respondinga mangu ne bamusamoninga mu disciplinary committee, ne bayisa n'amateeka gakugira ba officers okubeera involved mu process eno. Byebitongole bigamba nti it is misconduct y'abantu okwogera ku bitatambula bulungi, naye tulabye several people ababadde mu activism oyo nga basibibwa. So it is becoming more of a threat to every individual. Ne bw'okikola physically bakitaminga nga riot. So at least activism online eno eyinza okubeera nnungi, leeta information mu bantu abadde tamanyi naye n'amanya, ababadde mu ba stakeholders ne bawulira nga kibakwatako. So because social media is huge, kyotayinza kukola ku ground one interview oba one clip eyogera ku ekyo ekitatambula bulungi can reach millions of people in just a day because of social media. Kyotayinza kukola mu tugamba nti tweyiwe ku kisaawe wali ekkololo tubanje government ekendeze simanyi omusolo gw'ekintu. So ekiyinza okubeera ekizibu. So at least it could be more impactful. Only that the environment here is not favoring such.
Yeah, but are you also looking at the digital divide, considering the fact that the internet penetration in Uganda is really low? So that means the issues that are being discussed online are concentrated in towns. Because they really access social media and the data is very expensive. So literally, social media activism is for town people.
Not necessarily town people. Nabo mu byalo abamu kuba town people abali mu town bano balina links mu byalo, because we don't just appear here mu Kampala. Tulina roots, and there are some abavudde wano mu Kampala nga bali exposed to such ne badda mu byalo. Yes, we all agree nti percentage tenabeera y'amaanyi nnyo mu byalo. It is largely abantu b'omu town n'ababiwa attention ebintu nga bino. But just for entertainment, abamuwa attention. But still, bwebera activism, yoku ground, if we are to compare, eri physical, ebivamu police responding quickly, ne bayimiriza mangu ddala. Bannamawulire abali badde babikwata bituuke ne ku kyalo ku kaledio k'omu kyalo bakubibwa bubi. So ne bannamawulire bali ku extent yeewala okukavaringa search, and if they don't cover search kitegeeza bijja kukoma Kampala mubikoledde oba Mityana oba where. But for social media ekirungi nti restrictions zo ntonoko bw'ocomparing environment gye tulimu ntono nnyo, but the challenge remains, do these people pick the message in the right way it is supposed to be taken? Bwebanga message ya activism oli agitreatinga nga content just bwa scrollinga bwati oba agitreatinga nga message eri meant okuleta positive change mu ggwanga. That's where the problem is, and what influences that is the awakeness of these of us the people. Are we politically awake okutegeera tugamba oba it is a difficult topic to understand. So that's where the challenge is. But even this, can I call it mainstream activism? Nayo ebadenga, it is a hard topic to some people. Abo bekarakasa bafaayi.
Babaguze.
Babatane mu sente baliya sente z'abisiyaga sente z'abazungu. Still understanding that has always been a challenge. So it is still even a challenge this side. Online, there are some people who would treat such information as just content. So that takes me to kubanga tugenda juxtaposing bavubuka ba Uganda, bavubuka be Kenya na ba Tanzania, the East African community, how they do activism and the impact they drive. Olowooza, do we have any lessons with what has been happening? Twalaba ebyali Kenya, twalabye ebibadde Tanzania. Kati ne waffe wane Uganda ke kaseera ke tugenda okubanga tuyingiramu. Are there any lessons speak mu activism akolebwe Kenya ne activism yakoleddwe Tanzania? I think one of the main difference, the aim would think it is the same. Aim ya bringing a positive change.
Exactly. That is the aim.
The aim is to bring about that positive change. Yes. However, what changes is under whose government or what is the political environment in your country. What is the difference? Mukenya at least waliwo ka freedom kw'okwogera ku bintu bino ka activism somehow oli ayinza okuweebwako omwagaanyi. Mu Tanzania tutu silence kimya. I used to study Kiswahili twalina akatabo nga tuyita kimya kwata ku mumwa bwoti. So total silence mu Tanzania. So mu Uganda one, you either choose to speak or to disappear. One of the two things. Era oyinza okuva ku might drive one nga bagamba wanyiziza gundi yitawo. So ne mudda wano mutukuba obulango. Omuntu labira mu might drive mukozi waffe Kenneth yetanalabwako. So gyasembyeyo ko ne mutukola ne repeat.
Yamuzalidde obuzibu.
So in Uganda, you either choose to speak about what is not going right, or you choose. But if you choose what to speak about, ebitatambula bulungi. Suubira nti Katonda bwakuyamba n'osigala oyo bwakuvaamu oyinza obutasula. Ate oyinza okusula gy'otamanyi. So mu mawanga walaba nga environment za njawulo mukko. Mu Tanzania birala, mu Kenya environment ndalamu, ne mu Uganda ndalamu. So Bannayuganda balabanga environment ya politics mu Kenya bagirabanga ey'enjawulo n'eyaabwe. Ku Museveni ng'oleeta olugezigezi. Nalabako abantu nga baresponding to these two Kenyan nationals abalimu. Nga babagamba nti mwali munoonya ki mu Uganda wano muyitawo wammwe. Kamukirabe wano bazannyirawo mujja kutegeera nti wano Museveni afuga. So I think that has been the difference. The youth pick lessons, but you implement them here in the wrong class.
That the environment is
in the wrong class.
The same.
That's the challenge. You implement them.
It is not a copy and paste situation. Well, thank you so much, Kenneth, for moving with me for the past 1 hour. I will have to let you go, and I welcome my guest of the day, Commissioner Bamwine Fred. A very good morning.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
But at the church,
Tawali man, what's up?
man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly, because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk. The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Well, a very good morning once again. I am Farid and my guest is in the studios, Commissioner Bamwine. Fred, I want us to go straight to the topic because time is against us. Obudde tetulina ate ensonga ze twagala okwogerako nkulu nnyo. A very good morning, Commissioner, and welcome to the show.
Morning to you, Madam Fred, and the viewers and the listeners of Dig Talk. I'm happy to be here, and I want to request you, much as you come here to do the show, do you have a garden for food and for food at home and surplus for sale?
No, like I said last Tuesday, I do not have the surplus, but I have that one for food.
That's not a bad beginning.
Yeah.
Now I encourage you to do more.
Well, someone requested me that we do another show from your farm, so say that they can relate.
I have no problem.
What you are saying.
Actually, I'm advocating that every person in Uganda, 25 years and above, should own one cow. Did you read history? The founder of Buganda was called Chintu. Age. Once you have one cow, which can give you a maximum of 20 liters, you use 5 at home and sell 15.
Ogamba Fresian cow.
Yes.
Nenga bagamba ente ezo ziri expensive to maintain okubanga
kati toina bwobuko muganga tonda kutuukako
soko ogigule
soko bere nayo
kubanga capital gwe mtuwa
kubanga toina bwogambe
akakade
waliwo neze mitwalo 8 weziri
ku farm yo
isikankubula ekintu kimu bakiyita mindset gula obwongo obwo ukwate mitwalo 8 oganti nonyanyana yente nzungu nebo otandika tikisoboka tikije kusoboka
ogule nyana
kubanga bwowe ni mitwalo 8 nonga ina 8 wano nenyina bajingambye kakade I cannot fail to contribute 50,000 and some like that start and move ensi tekulinze
Yeah, ensi tesobola kutulinda.
ebyokwekubagiza tibiyamba.
Yes.
Tandika mu lugendo kubanga bwe oyagala kugenda Kampala tosobola kunaaba n'otuula mu ddiiro nogamba nange ngenda Kampala naye sirina ssente kandi nina lifuti wano mu nyumba.
Tosobola kugifuna.
Omuntu agenda kuwa lifuti ng'oli ku
Usanze
kkubo.
Yes.
N'olwekyo njagala bantu batandike okugulawo obwongo obugambe nti kisoboka. Then olabe ki ekyo kitasoboka okyogereko ne Bamwine.
Okay.
Okyogereko ne management ya TikTok n'abalala. The world will move.
Well, ensonga eyo tugenda kubanga ndowooza mugitegedde bulungi nnyo. Make sure oyina emmere w'ogirimye ng'ate waliwo okukona endala ey'okutunda. Naye have a step kale sooka olime ey'okulya. Ey'okutunda ejja kujja. Naye njagala tugende ku topic y'olunaku olwaleero commissioner eya Besigye's detention for the past 1 year. Ku Sunday yaweza omwaka mulamba ng'ali mu nkomyo. Naye gwe bw'otunuulira the current relationship between politics and the justice system, what would be your say?
I don't know whether I'm at liberty because I am a paralawyer. Amasomo gange gonna galimu amateeka.
Kati no gwobeerera ddala mu position okutunuulira.
Ngenda ku LDC ninsoma diploma ya law. Ninzirayo ninsoma certificates 2 za clerkships. Kati amateeka ngamanyiiko.
Kituufu.
So kimanyi mateeka ga Uganda nti omusango buguba mu kkooti tebagwogerako. Kyemanyi okujjako nga nkuwadde address ya Chief Justice Owinyi abeera wali kwa kkooti awo.
We are not going to focus on the case of Dr. Kizza Besigye, but I want us to look at how things are moving.
Kankubuulira ekizibu kitulina mu Uganda, si mu Uganda but ensi ezikyakula. Ndowooza twali wano nakyogerako. Bagiyita the legal regime.
Okay.
The legal regime enkola y'amateeka. Kati enkola y'amateeka yitulina mu Uganda nga bunkugambye nti omusango bugwera mu kkooti temugwogerako.
Yes.
2 egamba nti omulamuzi wawe atandise kuwulira musango twali alina obuyinza bumugamba nti sokolekerawo oba lwaki oluddewo omulinda n'amaliriza either n'agukusingisa oba n'ogusinga n'ojulira. That's the legal regime. Naye ebyo bijja kubanga ensi ekyakula ekyali nto. Nakugamba wano nga njozayoza mutabani w'omuntu moderne yakamala kufuuka meya wa America, New York. Nti Uganda bw'ogiraba olowooza nti nkulu. Naye ensonga zayisa mwana mutabani wa Mamundu Mumudani ensi erina emyaka 35 zifaanagana nezafaana. So enkola y'amateeka wano nze ng'omuntu siri musanyufu nayo. It's one of the areas we need to look at. Kubanga egamba nti omuntu yenna bamukwata talina musango. Is presumed innocent. Okutuusa kkooti ng'egumusingisiza oba ye nga gukkiriza. So as we speak Besigye talina musango. But okusoomoozebwa kuliwa. Nali mbigoberera bakyalina kawa mu kkooti omuwaabi wa gavumenti yagamba nti ffe tuli ready abawaabi wa gavumenti. Jjukira Besigye is innocent until you prove beyond reasonable doubt nti omusango yaguza. So omuwaabi wa gavumenti yagamba nti tuli ready kutandika omusango okuwoza. Balooya ba Besigye ne bagamba nti ffe twagala tusooke tufune okweyimirira.
Twagala abantu baffe babate kubanga bange eri baweesa mandatory release liyiseewo.
But ekigendererwa ky'okuwa bbeeyiru kiba kitegeeza nti gavumenti teeteeseteese kuwoza tenaba kumaliza ebyokunoonyeza oba ki. This time for the first time gavumenti egamba ndi ready tutandike. Kubanga bbeeyiru egamba tojja kubeesera muntu mukomera nti kubanga tonaba kuba ready. And this time government is saying we are ready.
So oba oli ready, what stops you from okuwoza nange nga
anti kati baloya bange awo ndabira nti waliwo obuzanyi obuzanyibwa obuntamanyi ng'omuntu kubanga bumbanyi na lawyer candidate omusibe wange government negamba nti yagala kumwozesa nange bansasula kula nti mpoza. Why do we have to go into bazita legal gymnastics? Legal what?
Gymnastics.
Naye ate nze amanyi n'ebyamateeka ensi bw'ebeeramu emirembe lowooza balooya babaawo
baba tebalina kyebalya kwebaliira
kyovula balooya tebaagala ekigambo kibayita ADR, alternative dispute resolution. Kitegeeza alternative dispute resolution kitegeeza nti tutugenda mu byano ebya kkooti by'amateeka tutuule ekitaka. Lwaki wankuba oli ddala? Lwaki wankuba? In fact ne government ku misango gyanagomola yaleetako ne kibayita pre-bargaining. Musango naguzza naye bannange tikyali mu bugenderevu.
Nsaba kunsonyiwa mumpe ekibonerezo ekisaamusa.
Oba kunsonyiwa bumukisa n'okusonyiwa nikyo kusobola. Naye balooya ebyo tebabyagala.
Baagala tugende mu kkooti.
Full trial.
Waliira.
Anti kati ate bugukusinga omanyi kyagamba. We have tried.
I've done my best.
But we can appeal. Can you imagine? We have tried, but we can appeal. Then you go to court to appeal. Yeah, but I don't know what happened really. Yeah. But we can go to Supreme Court. You
have a case. You have a case.
Zigenda. Nobuzwanga sisente. Omusango gukusigala mu bulago. So me I would wish to appeal to the lawyers, the law fraternity, the judiciary systems, bagezeeko okwadaptinga ADR. By the way, kinta kubuuliranga. I'm a certified mediator and a certified arbitrator and a certified negotiator.
Ne olowooza ku musango okwo emisango egisinga ADR eyinza okuba nga tekola. Because most of those cases are
kati ekyembi nze naawe tutwaliyo. It is now Besigye and the state who knows. But if he knows that ebiboogera nti abimanyi kubanga mu byatandikira n'alaba wini ng'agamba ti naye omuzungu yamuyitayo nga talabikanga.
No, it is because they said omuzungu yamuyita
nga nibabeera mu
she was
rumbombi
relating what was being spoken.
nibabeera mu rumbombi kati security bweyingira
Nereko
omuzungu n'abulawo kati awo situmanyi bamusanga nabyo.
Bagamba pisto
situmanyi n'amaloboozi ge baarekodinga kati bw'aba nga kituufu he can go for pre-bargaining.
Nakkiriza omusango naga kituufu banayina.
Let's go for pre-bargaining. Or balooya be ne batuula ba state ne batandika full trial naye nekigwa. Kubanga ba state bagamba we are ready.
We are ready.
But it's unfortunate nti abamu surviving in somebody's suffering. But that's the law. The only beauty is that in Uganda you should remain innocent. Kutuusa luli. Naye ekyo kyonna kitukubamu etooki nti kuva omuzungu bwe yava wano ekyatulemesa kukyusa amateeka gaffe kiki? Amanti kati nkusimba oli wano ogenda ku poliisi kunnoopa basooka mbakubuuza what's your tribe? Naye kati tribe nikukuba bikwataganirawo. Tribe, religion, bibasookamu. Because the police form ey'abazungu yasigala wano abazungu abadugavu tebalina plot numbers kati bagamba okumanya obulungi omuntu ono waabe tusooke tumanyi gwanga lye n'eddiini ye then nokumanya empisa za different tribes ebyo bitukyalimu ebyo by'abazungu But we got independence, some of these things should have been changed.
Yeah, true.
So to me, I'm not comfortable with the legal regime we have. Atoli abantu bogera oluzungu lwa maanyi n'amateeka, the Commonwealth. Why do you talk of Commonwealth when people are not the same? Really, Commonwealth twenkana n'abazungu?
Not at all.
Commonwealth countries.
But now that it is happening, Commissioner, what steps should be done? Kulanga tufuna.
Nana kyogedde. Baluya bazukke bagende baleke kutuponyabonya kala antu waabwe bagende mbasaba omusango lwa fixing kigwe. N'obugumusinga wano asobola kujulira ku Court of Appeal. N'obugumusinga Court of Appeal asobola kujulira ku Supreme Court.
Naye batunuulira legal battles za Dr. Kizza Besigye. Is it a legal issue or a political issue?
They are not battles, they are gymnastics.
Is it? Can you draw a difference between a battle and a gymnastic?
A battle,
it is happening in court.
If the state was saying it is not ready, then they would have a valid point. The state is saying, I'm ready to proceed. Because we should wish to have a free and fair, speedy trial. Exactly. Transparent, speedy trial.
Naye ate ne baloya babese tebanagana kukugamba nti they are not ready. But they are saying
ojebuza omurodi.
Bakiliant sibaabwe bamaze ebbanga ddene. So basose babate bawozenga bavaabwe.
N'ekyo nakyo kyaggwa. Waliwo ruling ya Justice Kania Comfort. She said, as far as I'm concerned, these suspects have the potential to interfere with the case. And it's a ruling.
Justice Kania Comfort
and they have
gave
not,
all
by
of
the
grounds,
way,
out of the 5 grounds.
And by the way, they have not appealed against it.
It is because they know it is the same system. Maybe. I'm just saying it.
No, appeal. These are about 5-7 judges. At least they're more than 3. Oli ali mulamuzi omu. Oba oli abo balamuza basatu bataano bandu banendooza yanjawulo. And that's why I call it a legal gymnastic.
Bozannyo.
Bw'amateeka. Kubanga singa oba oyagala omuntu afulume mangu. State ne government are ready. Say, let us fix. Tuwoze. Emyezi ebiri oba mwezi gumu ekyo kigwe. Naye oli muntu alemedde mu kooti mukomera. Ne bw'olya kyankya kyamisana kyaggulo n'omusaala n'ofuna.
Ne bwe tutunuulira amateeka ge tulina galina kubeera a tool for justice, not a tool for containment.
Anti kyenkugambye nti ekyembi amateeka go tukyalina g'abazungu after 63 years of independence.
Kati lwaki the government that you are supporting teteseewo miwaatwa butya bwe tuyinza kubanga modernizing the law nti it doesn't come for me as the common person but it also protects those in power.
Kati kyerabidde kiri kimu waffe tulina olugero ng'olina otulo n'olukwala bw'oba olina otulo gw'oteeke ku buliri
kituufu
naye Katonda akyali ku TV atemya TV by'obuliri tebimukwatako.
So you are literally meaning nti oli ali mu buyinza amateeka tegamukosa
anti gamateeka
kati ffe begakosa we need to take a step.
It's an issue for all Ugandans. But more so, those who are not in leadership. Omanyi lwaki nali saagala tugende mu nkola ebibiina bingi. By the way, I don't support them.
Yeah, you made it clear last
now, one of the reasons they gave us, nti mbeera n'ebibiina bingi, there is checks and balances. Kati abatakkaanya ne gavumenti batuusewa mu kukyusa amateeka gano. Oba at least kuleta ekirowoozo nkirema.
These people say those legal reforms tezirina we ziyita bazireta ku floor of parliament naye zirina we ziremera the legal reforms that are presented at the parliament. Our MPs.
Ani yenna.
I won't mention.
Kati,
I'm going to go for them
kati,
personally.
Kati kankutume. Geno mungambire that you are naive. Wachibogwe.
Okay, why?
Kubanga, I have evidence. Honorable Sereko is an independent member of parliament for Kampala Central.
True.
Yarete take your computer misuse. The item about the item.
The item.
Bannamateeka. Honorable Basalirwa yarete take erigana ebisiyaga mu Uganda.
The item.
The item.
The item.
Amanyita ava mu kibiina yeka cha Jema is the only member of parliament of Jema.
Yes, sure.
Kati aboogera ziri ensonga banafu. Bakibogwe. Kizibu tubambuulidde.
But the same
Nandi bagambye personally.
Ochimanyi commissioner, the same issue has also been said about the election reforms. Ngagamba zileeteddwa but
obwo bunafu ani azirese.
Teziweereddwa.
By then bwabanga zire, let me tell you. Watch tabling. Zireme. Manyi waffe mu nkole wala wakanyonyi bakayita kanyamunyu. Kanyamunyu is a small bird, kaina colors are white and black. Katono. Katikagera nakatunula wagulao nikalaba the crowds Hana hebu nkuba wano amazi gano tegayiika nikakuwa nikasamba y'omugere nigamba nti wadde situuse naye ngezezaako
So try. Try and do
you
something.
try and at least we're on record. Nze kankubuulire Farid buwaro ekizibu kyatujjira bebaka ba parliament. Yes.
Right.
Do you know that they are paid an average of 50 million per month per person for doing nothing?
We expect them to be doing something.
Government katugamete teka tilirese. You bring yours as a private member's motion. Where is it? Ate chembi.
They are suppressed.
Chembi. Abari mu government. Nabo mu opposition bayingire mu kizimbe kiri.
Babiro omuntu omu.
They are united members of the Republic of Uganda. Bonna. Kore nsobi gwa TikTok. Nga bagenda kuyisensa ko yabo genda ogenda kusaka mawulire. Onagajewa. Babagalire bwere nibesibira muli. So there is nothing called opposition here. This is a category of eating. So I want to see a member of parliament standing tall.
Yeah, on the floor of parliament.
Naga nti ensonga ekwata ku mateeka ga Uganda yino ngitebulinze. Tumultubire no record. There is only a member of parliament mu Uganda lyoko eyali ekikozeeko. Bamuyita Zeritwawula omulongo. Yali mu lukiiko baluyita NRC government ga yakatuuka mu buyinza. Kano kizabe siyo twogerako. Najja mu parliament, I think it was 89, 88. Nagamba tukusinziira batulaba twasaba tugenda kubeera wano emyaka 4. Naye twabasuubiza tubinaba kuggwa. Semateeka kola semunibera. Tubasaba mutwongereyo. Mukulu Besigye olabwo. He was the National Political Commissioner. He was the Minister of Presidency. We are tabling omulongo wa Zeritwawula. Nagamba nti abanga ba Kampala Central abantu mawano. Nze bitu babintumi. Zeritwawula yakwata ensawo n'afuluma. N'omusaala teyagutwala. Kati mbuuza bana bakulu. Okay, kansoke abo opposition. Kubanga bubagamba nti.
Nabo bazze beekandaga ku nsonga nnyingi nnyo.
Ne babanja ari omusaala gwetebanatwala.
Awo we batannatuuka okugaana omusaala.
Banatuukako ddi?
N'okwekandaga ng'ensonga eziyisibwa ku parliament.
Zeritwawula yeekandaga n'atakomawo yagendera ddala.
N'atadda.
He said I can't sit in this parliament. That's what he said. Kubanga banga ba Kampala Central ebyo sibatu babintu.
Sibye bantu.
Kati abakulu abo boyogerako. Waliwo abanja omwezi oguwedde.
Tewali.
Ne guno babasasudde. okutugwa katuka kati guno gwo tebakyabanje
November gwe tulimu
basudda. So this is, you know, mu Luganda walina ekigambo kibayita okuwudisa.
So that means tulina abakulembeze ab'ekibuga okubuzaabuza abantu abo nenga tulina nsonga y'amaanyi.
Teri.
So then commission ekyo kitegeeza nti tulina abakulembeze ab'ekibogwe.
Ate ab'ekibogwe olutalo wakati wa Namboze ne Lutamaguzi ne Gundi n'Empuuga waluwulidde.
Ndogoberera.
Omukwano gwange Muwanga Kivumbi abadde ku lwale n'agamba nti babagambye nti waggulu ku president bamanyi kyokkola naye batuuka wansi awo buli omu akole nga bw'alaba. Muwanga Kivumbi yabayise bakapere pressure baliko kati nenta bwagala kujjako Museveni ono akuba ono nakuba oli Namboza kuba oli kati bwemba tunuulira amayinzi eddiini yange ya kinansi naye bwemba tunuulira balinga bano mu Bayibuli abaali bazimba omunaala
ogende ewa Katonda
batuuka wali Babilooni awo ennimi
nezikyankalana
baawula ekikonde kiri wakati wa DF ne NUP. Jews abanupo basisinkana ba FDC budaka ate babadde bagamba nti poliisi teyetaagisa bayita poliisi ntejetasi
so kati bw'otunuulira
naye omusajja omukulu yali eri.
The judicial system as it is in Uganda bizibu ki byefeesinga Abannayuganda balowooza nti teri independent. It operates on
naye abagamba nti teri independent. How much have they invested in its independence? Nze nsuubira singa baloya ba mukulu Besigye bateekayo empapula zaabwe bagamba we are ready to proceed, then kati kkooti neyebuzabuza, then they would say the court independent. Naye baloya buli kiseera bajja mu kkooti we are not ready to proceed, twagala kusooka bail. Bail ya myaka emeka?
Gwe tolaba nti kiriwo ekyali sooza
kiringa okufumba emmere ogitaddeko ssaawa emu mukaaga gutuuse twagala kukyemisana nti alindako
tusooka kulya breakfast,
tusooke breakfast ssaawa mukaaga mwenda gutuuse ntisooka olindeko. Bannange omuntu omunafu gukoye ebigere.
Naye commissioner bw'otunuulira ensonga nga as they are being handled
by who?
By those that are handling them. Abalamuzi Bannamateeka n'oludda oluwaabi.
Mayi kingenda kukola ngenda kuwa contact ya Winyodoro ye Chief Justice wa Uganda yabisobola.
Okay, let us leave naye bw'olaba
because I have seen the DPP saying I'm ready to proceed and the lawyers of Mukulu Besigye are saying we start with bail. Kati waga DPP akole DPP tagaba bail.
Nanti bali mu maaso g'omuntu alina mandate emukkiriza okugaba bail.
Omulamuzi bail yagiweereza ruling. Let justice comfort Kano. What I would expect in law is to appeal against that ruling. Have they done it?
No, they haven't.
Kati yao bakuseeredde mu katale oyombesa kubo.
Tugenda kubanga tumaliriza show yaffe ne commissioner. Well, he does not agree that a lot of things are being done wrongly in the judicial system, though it is what is happening.
You see, the law says...
Let's talk about the heavy deployments that happen around
the principle in law
courts.
says that equity helps the vigilant. That's a principle in law. Ntamateeka gayamba oyo yeeyambye. Neddo kuteeka musango noga banaakola nga banaalaba. Equity helps the vigilant. If DPP has come and said he's ready, you also has you move. You say we are ready. Or we have appealed. But as you appeal, you remember this one is still in prison. The man is still in prison, and his colleague.
Tolowooza nti emisango gino egiri political and they are
Political? Is that the charge sheet?
They are political in nature.
Kati nze siringa kitanga tasoma. Nze nasoma.
So how would
Omusango gwa Besigye
term
gwalina, it's
Besigye's
not a political case.
It is what?
It's a treason case.
But then why is it being handled as a political case?
By who?
By the judicial system.
The judicial system has said we are waiting for the lawyers, the councils, the land friends to let us proceed, and the councils are saying, no, you wait.
Commissioner, bw'otunuulira ensonga nga bwe ziri, do you think the government still has the public trust in relation to the judicial system? And
Public trust?
Yes.
You wait on 15th January.
But we know what will happen on
What is going
15th.
to happen?
People are going to the polls.
Yes. And the outcome of the polls will indicate whether there is public trust or not. If there is no public trust, the government will be voted out of power.
So
But
if
once
they-
it is elected back, that means there is public. That's how you can gauge public trust. Otherwise, me and you, we can sit here and we claim to be Ugandans, majority Ugandans.
Yes.
No,
yes.
no. We are not the majority. There are those watching us, majority of them,
Yes, true.
and even cleverer than us.
Yeah, true.
So, you can only do that either through a referendum or through an election that like the one that's going to happen. That's when you can know whether there's still public trust in government or not.
Okay, thank you so much. Agenda kubanga mpunzika show yaffe y'olunaku lwaleero. It is unfortunate that we had commissioner for only 30 minutes. Hey, bw'atu bw'ajja wano n'awolereza nnyo government
seems
and
you are
then
not-
he realizes
Do you know
that
Luganda?
the jam emuleetera okutuuka wano.
Do you know Luganda?
Yes.
Abaganda balina olugero nti nawe osula olumu obalawo.
Kituufu.
Hey, even the 30 minutes are not wasted.
Ya kituufu. Naye tuba tukumiisinze.
Ssebo nnyabo abantu olina ekyokola ekireeta emmere ku mmeeza ne ssente mu mpale. That's our commitment as government. We have finished, we are still continuing the roads with the power and the rest, but we want you to have money in the pocket
Ate ng'olina n'ekyokulya.
and you have food at home.
Tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzige. Njaga kubagamba mbagaliza olunaku olulungi sinkana olunaku olw'enkya essaawa zigenda kubeera 2 ez'okumakya. Mubeere bulungi. Mweraba.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.